Hey, Slater Crusaders, welcome back. I read a article the other day that it's one of those things you read and your brain is just like, wait, none of this makes sense at all. We got to go to the source. We got to go to the author. And of course, it's the great Heather McDonald, fellow at the Manhattan Institute, and her book is called The Diversity Delusion. Miss McDonald, how are you?
Fine. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on.
No, good to talk to you. So this is an article about the NIH, the CDC, the National Science Foundation, writing or giving special grant privileges to who exactly?
To the alleged victims of American sexism and racism. You get special preferences as a student, a science student, or a researcher if you are female or what is known as an underrepresented minority, which means Blacks and Hispanics. Asians don't count as minorities in STEM or people of color because they are so very successful. A person of color, by definition, is somebody who is not academically competitive.
There were other standards there that I've never heard before too, right? Like foster, if you grew up in foster care and stuff?
Well, that was new to me. This shows that the social justice mission in our nation's science agencies, these are agencies that were founded to support basic biomedical research that are working now on vaccines for the coronavirus and other problems. They were founded with the idea that what matters is merit, your scientific accomplishments, nothing else, not the trivialities and irrelevancies of sex and race. But the social justice mission has expanded even beyond traditional identity politics. So now, you get special preferences if you are or were homeless, if you had a mother who was on the WIC program, which is an additional food stamps for single mothers, if you were in foster care, if you're a first-generation college student. Again, these have nothing to do with whether you have the scientific knowledge and skills to push forward the boundaries of knowledge.
It's bad enough in times of peace and plenty to have this kind of stuff. I was hoping that this COVID stuff got rid of all this nonsense, right? Didn't you think, were you hoping it would like snap us out of it and say, okay, all right, now we're in an important time. Let's, enough with this silly stuff. Were you hoping that was true? Or did you think it was too ingrained already?
I'm such a pessimist at this point. There's, as somebody who's been following this, it is, as you say, ingrained now into so many institutions. We saw that the Democratic primary competition was a daily competition in who can invoke white supremacy most frequently. With that being put on hold, the usual sex and race mongers had to find other ways to keep it going, and they have. I mean, we've heard the spurious claim that somehow doctors in emergency rooms and ICUs that are treating COVID patients are discriminating against minorities, thus the higher death rate in some places. That's a completely specious claim. We've also heard that, amazingly, the usual feminist organs are saying that COVID-19 discriminates against females, even though males have a much higher death rate. And that is viewed as a good thing, according to Politico. But the fact that service workers are now disproportionately females and they are thus being put out of work by these absurd economic lockdowns, that's viewed as more important than the male death rate. So identity politics is continuing, and I can tell you, Mike, if the White House goes Democratic in the fall, we ain't seen nothing yet.
Slater Crusaders, thanks for watching the first on YouTube. If you want more, like, subscribe. We got plenty.